Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's weather is holding out really good. I know there's some storms in certain areas and all that kind of stuff. Some people are going to be getting some really hot weather, I think. It's just
Mm-hmm.
weather's weird. And so let us know what you're reading. And so, Roxy, what are you reading?
I started, well, I attempted to. I'm still on chapter one, but I started A Court of Wings and Ruin. This is the third book. I read the second book in like 3 days.
Wow.
So I'm flying through my reread. So yeah,
Well
I got
done.
after this one, I got Court of Summons Frost and Storyline, and that was really short. It's almost like a novella. And then I have the fifth book, and I'm done with my reread and waiting for the new book to be released.
Yay.
You're ready to do it again.
Right?
Right? What about you, Tiffany?
So I'm reading Eat 'em and Weep. I think I'm very close to the end. It's hard to tell. I can't I I'm in chapter 27. I don't know how many chapters there are. And I looked up on the internet, how many chapters does it have? And it says page numbers. I wasn't looking for page numbers. You could have 4 chapters and the same amount of
200 pages.
You know, I'm like, that's not helpful. So anyway, but based upon the story, it's definitely starting
In the
to
latter half of it.
It's wrapping
to
up.
where
Yeah.
I'm probably set towards the end. And then I am listening to Wild, I think it's Side. It's the third book in the Rose Hill. They're all wild something, so it's hard to keep straight. Like
Yeah.
one's Wild Eyes, one's Wild Side, one's Wild Love, whatever. So it's just like number 3. It's the one with the pro wrestler, and the main male character. And then what am I? There's one more. A Babysitter's Club, but also there's one more. I can't think of what it is right now, but when it pops up, I'll let you guys know. A Tale and Sarah.
Yeah, she'll be back. I finished
Ooh.
a book this morning. Actually, Stormy. Hi, what are you reading? I finished a book this morning. It's actually a middle grade Amish book because I looked around. So Wanda E. Brunstetter, Elizabeth would know who she is. She's quite a well-known Amish author.
Yes.
She wrote a series for middle grade called Rachel Yoder, and it's about I think she's either 8 or 10. The first book is available on KU. And it was really cute. It was a really cute middle grade about a little Amish girl. It's the summer, and she's off school and getting into
That's
mischief and, bringing frogs to church and all the things. So I finished that earlier today, but I'm reading the Amish Rescue book by Debbie Quincy. I am about 60% of the way through that one. Can you relax? And I did decide to start a reread today. I've read it already once this year, but because I'm going back to work and I wanted a mindless audiobook for like my first few days back in the office. So I'm rereading Death by Dumpling by Vivian Chen just because I love that one.
Bless you.
Thank you.
It's the rules here, but I don't care. Harlequin, come at me. I got an email today for me to do a survey because they're changing the Presents covers again. They are ugly as sin. I hate them. I took a screenshot. Look at that mess.
Oh no!
Where's the circle?
That doesn't even look like a
They
Presents
don't.
book.
Yeah, like I
blasted
agree
it.
with Roxy. They don't look anything
No.
identifiable as.
That's what I said. I was like,
That's what they're going for too. They're just trying
Don't
to
do it.
completely erase like what Harlequin was.
Yep. They don't scream billionaires. They don't scream exotic locations. They don't. That's what the ones that we have now, like that, they're gold and they're shiny and they seem rich and luxurious.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the black covers, but at least it still had the circle kind of.
Right?
Those didn't look like they had the circle unless it's
Nope,
really
they
black.
didn't have, and they were all different. How do you identify that as being even category?
Yeah, that I don't like that. This is too colorful, and it doesn't look like a line. It doesn't look like a category line.
But I feel like they're going to be changed. So, like,
I
there's
think they're
one
gonna
that has
change
a
it no matter
circle.
what.
So, like, that one kind of has the circle.
Right,
Can you see
kinda.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no,
I
I don't like the
don't-
color.
No.
Somebody said I think it was Cajun, and I agree. They look very YA.
I said they're young. They look young.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, they picked the wrong person to send that to. You're not gonna get the answer.
No, they said to the right person. Somebody needs to blast them and like tell them, like a long time person who's like been reading them for a long.
That's what I said. I've been reading them for 20 plus
tell them
years.
what it's like.
Yep. And I did point out. I said the original white covers with the circle were the best.
Yeah.
And I think they could still keep it that way and update the photo or the picture inside if they wanted to make it a little bit more fun or something or whatever. But yeah.
They're too busy. But anyway, I wanted to show those because I know that a lot of us read them or whatever. So thank you for letting me indulge and just let me have my soapbox for a minute. What are you reading, Stormy?
Everything.
Everything.
Yep. So I added the 2,000-pound goldfish by Betsy Bayers to it because that was my middle grade Monday selection. If you haven't watched already, you should. So.
I did. I made sure. I just didn't comment.
And so I'm like on page 26. I'm like, I was like, but this looks cute. I should read it. So there we go. And so I've still got New Girl and Remembered Serenade and Slumber. I've got more eyeball reading books going than I have audio, which is really weird.
That's odd for you.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Because I even have an ebook, Bats, by, it's an eyeball. This is the only one, Reliquary, that's audio, and I only do certain parts of it, and then I'm done for the day. So then I don't have an audio book. So then all I have is these books to read with my eyeballs.
Sarah, if you liked Wanda Bronstetter, she has a ton of series.
Oh, I know. I was looking at her backlist and I'm like, oh, good, new author for me to check out.
Yeah, she has a trilogy series. I'm trying to think of the name. I mean, she has a ton, but there's one that I really enjoyed. Can't think of what it was called. It's a trilogy. I have to look.
I have some from her from I think it might be Heart Song. Like back in the day, she did. Yeah.
For adult, I mean, like if you like Beverly Lewis, I mean, it's
Oh yeah, she's got so much, and I'm like, I'm so happy now. I found a new author that I can just explore her whole backlist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very popular with that
Yes.
author stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got another middle grade series as well. I'm just noticing.
Oh, I didn't know she had middle grade at all until you said that today.
Yeah, it was really, really cute. If you want a quick little read, it was so much fun. And like I said, the first one was on Kindle Unlimited.
Why didn't you
They're also on audio.
Amish Greenhouse is the one. Mystery is the one series that I read by her.
Oh, I didn't notice till
Thank
you
you.
took
I
it
just
off.
got out.
Just let the wrap it up banner going through there. I'm like,
We're
wait,
wrapping up for the night.
I was gonna say that was on.
I just got started. But anyway, is that how tonight's going to be? I guess
That'll be fine.
so.
That is Monday.
Sarah said she's still reading Lonesome Dove and having a great time. That's good. Using her pick tablet pillow that has the bowl in the middle and a pink page turner. My Kindle made not the pink, but the jade is my favorite color.
Gotcha.
And Mary Jo says, hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Still dealing with allergies and or cold. I guess on the bright side, I've not got a fever. And reading Crossing Samson by James Patterson and Brian. Is it Sitz or Silt? I can't read it. The letters are too close together. And it says dinner was a hamburger, mac and cheese, and applesauce.
Nice.
Yum.
I haven't had applesauce in like forever.
I love applesauce.
I almost bought some at Aldi the other day. Yeah, Aldi, I go there too much. Sorry.
Well, if I had an Aldi's like really close to me, I would probably be at Aldi's all the time.
Probably.
I was there this morning. I'm not going to lie. I got some allergy pills and some Tylenol because allergies been suffering.
But like your Aldi's is like 5 or 10 minutes away?
By car, it's like a mile down the road. It's like 5 minutes because I'm like in the center of town. So I'm like close to everything.
Yeah.
Walking might take about 20, 25 minutes, depending how fast you walk. But I mean, to drive, it's not that far.
Yeah, so see, if I lived like that close, I'd probably be there. Let's see what today's like selection, especially on like what do they drop it on Wednesdays? They have the new stuff that goes on sale.
You have new stuff on
Yeah, I'd
Wednesday.
probably be there like every Wednesday. Like, what do they have on sale today? And Kim says, "Hi everyone, a pizza for lunch dinner, 88% in the Good Friday Murder, may finish before spring start." Awesome.
Nice.
And Esther Jane says, "Hi, I'm reading Night of the Living Bread, number 4 in the Sugar and Spice series by Mary
Yay.
Lee Ashford." I just love that. The Night of the Living Bread.
Yeah, it's a great
I
title.
love that.
Hello, Sarah says, "Hi everyone. I'll probably be continuing Air of Fire
It's hair on fire. No, don't pay me no mind.
and doing a few chores around the house." And Mary Jo said, "Esther Jane, you're so close. I'm sure you're finished during sprints." Hello, Kat says, "Hey everyone. I just got back from walking and need to shower. I've been listening to Night of the Living Mummy on and off today and plan to continue listening to it in the first sprint." Yay!
Nice.
Goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
And also says, "I love the retro thumbnail storm. Go team Arcade Punks." I know.
Yeah.
I was trying to find something that didn't cost me any money on Canva because I was looking through the retro stuff and I was like, couldn't find an arcade like deal or whatever. But yeah.
I'm doing retro snacks today because I've got currently eating a Jolly Rancher, which I love, and I found a bottle of Snapple at the grocery store today, and I haven't had Snapple in probably 10 plus years, so I'm very excited.
I had
love
a whatchamacallit.
Ooh.
I have not had a whatchamacallit probably since I was a kid, but I had a whatchamacallit.
Wow, yeah.
I love whatchamacallit.
I didn't even know they still really made them. I don't really pay that much
Yeah.
attention, but I was walking through Walmart, and you're going through there, and I was like, "Hey, there's a whatchamacallit." Picked it up.
Those are so good.
Mm-hmm.
Retro snack for the win.
Mm-hmm.
And Cajun says, "Hi everyone. Love the thumbnail. Very retro. Thank you."
It's super cute.
And Sock said, "Good evening." And Cajun says, "I'm reading Fool's Gold on Crumcarry.
Mm-hmm.
Crumcarry Island number 4.
Excellent.
I can just picture the cute little cover."
Mm-hmm.
Sock says, "Mac and cheese with some peas thrown in. Not sure what I'll be reading tonight." Cool.
I think that sounds good, but I think other people on the panel would object, but I think it sounds delicious.
You
No,
don't
it
add
was,
anything to mac and cheese. I'm
I
What's
love
that?
my mac and cheese, but I've added like to Alfredo sauce, peas, and bacon.
I love peas. Sarah,
I
would you say?
love peas as well. I absolutely love peas, but they do not need to go with anything. You just have them on as a side dish.
I can handle peas if they're the frozen peas, and I can toss them into something like that. But I don't like the ones from a can.
Mhm.
I'm the exact opposite. I do not like them frozen because I don't like the texture when they unthaw.
Yeah.
They're like a weird, I don't know. So, but I mean, because normally they're the only vegetable I buy in can. Everything else I want frozen because frozen's better for you nutrition wise when the
Yeah.
sodium and all that. But I cannot stand frozen peas because when they thaw, oh, I don't like the feel in my mouth.
Well, see,
I
and it's
like
like the
both.
difference is they're too mushy in the can. So I don't know. It's
Interesting.
Well, I think partly though, like, so my favorite thing to do with peas is to cream them, and so then they're mushy anyways. So maybe that's why.
that could be, yeah.
I'm very
Well,
weird.
see,
though,
I
so
you would never
yeah.
get me to eat like split pea soup like you like. So yeah, I would not.
Oh my gosh, I love split pea soup. But I'm not to be trusted. So
Me neither. I like them both.
One of my dad's favorite foods that he loves whenever it's the one thing he gets when we go to like Thanksgiving or whatever it is, and it's pea salad.
ooh,
And I'm like, that's just disgusting.
ooh, I like pea salad. Yeah.
All the stuff in it doesn't sound all that bad on its own, but then you put it together and it's just like, no thanks.
Does it have Miracle Whip?
Yeah, and
Yeah, I won't eat it.
Velveeta cheese. At least theirs does. Velveeta chunks in it, like little chunks of Velveeta cheese in it.
Oh. Tell your dad there's one thing me and him do not agree on is that pea salad.
And Esther James says, Mary Jo, thanks. I probably will. I love the book, but still not 100% sure who did it. Hi, Meg says, evening all. I'm reading a lot of books right now. Join the crowd. It's okay. My main focus will be finishing the Double Helix by Trudy Truitt, and also The Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop by Ashakura.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Where's
I
Emma
only-
in her to pronounce these things?
Sarah.
And
Tiffany.
I'm sorry. My friend just sent me a like Facebook thing of a bumper sticker. Remember we were talking about Teddy Hamilton? I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it, but it says warning, driving under the influence of Joe Arden, Teddy Hamilton, and Corvin King.
I love that.
Yeah, that's
If
hilarious.
you're a romance audiobook listener, that is definitely, I love that. I love
think
that.
that's hilarious.
That's awesome.
And Meg is also says they're under a tornado watch in Minnesota.
Oh
So
my
I've been
gosh.
watching a storm chaser that's currently in northern Minnesota. I find watching storm chasers fascinating, but couldn't be one myself. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I love to watch Ryan Hall, y'all. He's like one of my favorite like little weather guys, and he has the storm chasers on there sometimes, and you get to see them doing stuff. But he's watching, he's tossing out the go get you to your shelter stuff and everything for a lot of people that don't have really good like weather updates. So that's cool.
We'll be
Well,
safe,
yeah.
Meg.
Yes, absolutely.
Be safe.
Minnesota. Roxy, you might be the only one who appreciates this. I follow Morgan Wallen on Instagram. He posts that last night at Hardy's show in Minneapolis, he made a guest appearance on stage. And nobody in the crowd knew he was going to be there. Morgan Wallen just walks out onto it. And I'm like, if I would have been at that show, I would have been swooning.
I'm not. Well, I'm not gonna say.
The stage.
I'm not. I would have had. Maybe I'd had a clean pair of underwear to throw on stage.
I had to show because I knew you'd appreciate
I'm sorry,
that.
Storm. I had to say it.
I knew you'd appreciate it, so I had to tell you.
Anita says, hi everyone. Today I'm reading The Telltale Treats by Jennifer J. Chow and Homicide in hardcover by Kate Carlisle.
More great punny titles.
And Meg says I'm watching Read Timer. I can't read it. My eyeballs. It's if you're curious, they're chasing a tornado right now in north of the Twin Cities.
Ooh.
And Carmen says, hiya friends. I'm reading a story of a murder by Hallie Rubenhold. It's a nonfiction.
Ooh.
And Cajun says to Meg, hope you stay safe and they bypass your area. And Amy says, good evening, everyone. I am starting the audiobook, The Nanny's Handbook to Magic and Managing Difficult
Ooh.
by Amy Rose Bennett. That is a handful of them.
We were looking at that one yesterday. It looks so good.
A long title.
Mm-hmm.
And Meg says to Cajun, thank you. Me too. Luckily, if tornado does come my way, I have a fully furnished basement to hide in. That's
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's like the one thing I'm like, if I ever win the lottery and I can build a house, I'm making a basement.
Yeah, we can't have basements here. They will flood with water. Yeah.
Insane. And that was the weirdest thing about coming to Florida is that like you don't have a basement. And so like people like that move here, like me, for instance, I'm a good example of. We were like, but where's all our stuff go? Because there's not enough closets. Like, you know, like you kept your stuff in the basement. So like if
Where do
you
we
go
keep the
around my
Christmas
neighborhood,
tree and the blah,
almost
blah, blah?
nobody uses their garage to park in. Almost every
Really?
because almost everybody parks
Gotta have it
in
to
their
put your stuff.
driveway to use their garage for storage. We keep our garage open enough for at least one of our cars to go in during this, like if there was a hurricane. But the other side we kind of have, but yeah, everybody. And still there's not enough room. I'm like, but where do you put everything?
There's a woman I watch online. She's a pediatrician, doctor in the ER. I can't remember. Beecham, I think is her name. Anyway, their house is flooded. They're in Florida, and their house is flooded numerous times because of hurricanes and all the things. So they actually raised their house 12 feet in the air, and the under part of it now is all like like they park their cars, and then it's a big storage area. She goes, "This will flood under here." She's like, "It's gonna flood. It's fine. It's a thing. But at least the house itself will be safe." And I thought, "Oh my goodness,
Yeah, south of
That's what they're
90,
going
which is
for.
like right there. We're just north of 90. It floods, and everybody's house is like 12, 15 feet in the air.
That's
If
craziness."
you and down here, like in some of the counties have restricted so that new homes being built have to be.
Yeah, that's how it is
Their
around
first
here.
floor
The new,
can't be a dwelling. Like
yeah,
that's the
That's
way they say
fascinating
it
to me.
is the first floor can't be a dwelling, meaning there's going to be a garage, like underneath or whatever.
because in certain places, like if it like everything, we're in a desirable area to live because it can flood. Because I mean, obviously, it rains, you can flood, but we never flood. We never flooded before. But like a lot of places, especially for like homeowners insurance, if your house is not on stilts off the ground, like at least 15 feet, they're not going to insure you.
Wow, that's crazy.
So interesting.
I'll read one more comment. So Esther Jane says, "We have nice weather. This week's going into the high 70s. Yay!"
Enjoy it, Esther.
Beautiful, Esther
Hopefully
Jane.
now all the snow's gone.
Yeah, Esther needs some nice weather. So yeah. And so we will go ahead and read to the top of the hour. And so happy reading, everyone.
Happy
Happy
reading.
Reading.
So how'd everybody do?
I left a sticker behind. I read one chapter, then I was like, oh, I'm gonna change the stickers on my Kindle. Tried to do that, got frustrated because it didn't want to stay under the clear case. Went back to my tried and true original case with no stickers in the back. And I left my Little Miss in Love with Bad Boy sticker behind. So yeah, a complete mess. That's what I did. A complete mess. Chaos as usual. What about you, Tiffany? You're muted.
Muted.
I edited a part of the video and talked with Kevy, and that was about it.
Nice. I put some clothing away from the laundry that Garrett did today, and I read about 2 chapters of Amish Refuge. But I actually think I'm going to hop off because there's a bunch of other stuff I want to get done. Just because it's my first day back tomorrow, so I want to be on the ball.
Yes.
But yeah, but thank you for inviting me, and have a great night, everybody.
Have a good day at work,
Bye.
Christina.
Sarah.
Bye.
Have a great day tomorrow.
I read 2 of my books, so I read a little bit of the 2,000-pound goldfish and some of the
Nice.
Must be a big fish tank. I seen that. I watched the video earlier when you said 2,000-pound goldfish. No, goldfish are known to be dirty fish because they poop a lot. I was like, that got to be a big dirty fish tank.
Well, in the mind of the kid, he got that way because he was flushed down the toilet and into the sewer. So, so he can just add his waste to the waste. And let's see if I can find where my comments are. And hi, Emma says hi. I was listening to Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I'm about to clean the kitchen. I'm probably going to finish the 2 hours left of the audio while I'm eating. Cool. And Susan says I'm reading A Valley of the Fireflies by Emma Fraser. Cool. And hopefully she saw all the good looks and all that stuff because she's already gone. But good luck to Sarah. Yeah. And Nita says, how are the doggies and kitties tonight?
Well, there's your answer. There's one doggy.
Yeah.
There's Kairu. I love when he just comes into the side all like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Got to sneak
cat's
in
being
and see what's
good.
going on.
Can you
Alice
say hi,
just came
Barbie?
out the room and is there.
Can you say hi?
Oh, look, his little bow tie.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cute.
Can you say
How's
hi?
Dresden?
Good, sitting over here beside me.
Oh,
Yeah. Earlier, though, she wasn't happy because the neighbor was shooting off their gun. She went running down there to Dad. I
I
come
don't blame her.
out there, and Dad's like, was there shooting or something? And I was like, yeah. He goes, I wonder why all of a sudden I got dog in my lap.
Oh,
So, yeah.
oh, buddy. Yeah.
And Cajun says to Meg, that's good. Regarding the basement, once we had a warning, they said if you live upstairs, get in the tub. My cat got up and went and laid down in the tub. Oh. It's like, I know what to do. Get in the tub.
Right?
Another good luck for Sarah. And Susan says, Sarah, praying about your day back to work tomorrow. I'm happy and excited for you. So hopefully she's seen some of these comments when she was.
you might have it. She might have you up on the TV while she's doing what she has to do.
True.
And Cajun said, speaking of people shooting the guns.
There we go. Oh, I heard that one. Ah, Jesus Christ.
Cajun says, those present covers, look more like YA or cutiness.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Boo. And Sarah said, Mom has a Harlequin Super Romance on her desk.
That was my favorite line, and they got rid of it. Boo.
And the other Sarah says, those present covers are awful. They look generic and could be anything. Yeah, which is what I think they're trying to go for, because it's almost like they just want to erase being category at all. And it's like, if you're going to do that, why don't you just quit being, shut down the whole thing? And
I hate to say it, but yeah, just quit being category. I love category for what it is because it's different.
Oh,
Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna be like everybody else, then you might as well just not even be category anymore. So.
Right. I agree.
And Meg said to Cajun, I heard of advice before. That is one smart kitty. And Amy said yes to Sarah Digital. Meg said typically it is advised to shelter in the bathtub or in a room with no windows and no shelves if you are not able to get below ground.
The problem is my house has a ton of windows. So I don't know. I guess I just lay flat on the ground and hope for the best because no, like each room has at least 4 to 6 windows. I have like 20 something windows on my house.
what about your bathroom?
My bathroom, I have 2 windows in there.
Well, I would get in the bathroom and I would put
Yeah, I would get in the
on top of
bathtub.
me, like,
Yeah.
Well, lucky for me, I'm usually in the bathtub.
anything's gonna happen. She's probably already in.
I'm probably already there. My worst fear is that if we ever do get a tornado, I'm naked taking a bath and it sweeps me away and they find me naked in the field. That's my worst fear.
Hold on to the tub. There we go.
I don't want to go out like that.
Valerie says, hi, I'm reading God of the Woods on page 117. How are you liking that one?
Oh, yeah, let us know.
I want to read that one.
I know she was reading it yesterday, but she wasn't very far yesterday in it.
She's in Minnesota also, so under tornado watch too.
Stay
yeah,
safe,
they have a lot of stuff going up in that area, it looked like, when I was watching earlier. And Annie says, hi, I'm reading Claudia and the New Girl. Yes, boo.
Yay!
Oh, yeah, thanks, Mel, because I done already forgot.
Not good.
Melmac, keeping me on my toes. Okay, so while I am here, so there's no prompts currently. Prompts will be coming later, but Melmac's been in the hospital.
Oh,
but she's doing okay, but she's in the hospital, so that's currently where she's at. So her prompts, she has them done, but they're on her laptop, but the laptop's not with her at the hospital. So she will get the prompts later, but the destination is. Do I have a drum roll?
Yes, there is one.
I'm trying.
There is one.
Yeah, I was like,
yes.
The Bahamas.
Oh, the Bahamas. We get my bikini. No. And get better soon, Melmac.
So maybe you can prepare yourself for what kind of things might be in the Bahamas that might be on a book cover or in a book, but we won't know exactly until Melmac.
Poisonous snakes, big spiders, the heat.
Well, I was thinking more like, water on the cover.
Hurricane.
Palm trees? I don't know.
Palm trees, coconuts.
Melmac, if you're still here, I messaged you.
And so Kim says, you've started, but I just finished.
Yay! She finished her book.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
I think that's what she meant.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take it as that.
Yeah.
Well, was she working on it and thought she'd be finished before the sprint?
Yeah, she did
before the sprint started.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I thought. And Meg says, hi, Valerie, hope the possible tornadoes don't come your way. They spotted one in Martin County.
Shush, you guys be safe.
I'm not sure what happened here. It looks all broken up. I don't know. And they're like different people. So I don't know.
YouTube is tripping.
I don't know. Yeah.
There we go.
And this is my favorite snack that's rare to find is the Sather's gummy worms.
Never heard of that brand.
I haven't either. Not that brand specifically.
No, not I heard of gummy worms, but just not that
Oh, yeah,
brand.
but yeah.
Well,
but
that's,
not
see, that's
flavor.
like my thing is like whenever I was a kid, I don't think I paid attention to brands that much. So like I loved gummy worms. Just give me gummy worms, but I wouldn't know what brand they were. Just give me them gummy worms.
Yeah, I don't think I ever paid attention either.
Yeah. And Mary Jo says, "Yay for finishing, Kim. What are you going to read now?" And Kaden says, "I got some Lifesaver cream savers at
Oh,
Michael's yesterday. If anybody wants to count it for retro snack."
It counts. Yes.
yes.
Susan says, "Sock, are you feeling better? If memory serves me, you weren't feeling well a few days ago."
Oh no.
And Sarah says, "I can't stand peas unless they're on top of mashed potatoes." Yeah, I agree, cans kind of gross, but each their own. But I don't necessarily want the peas on mashed potatoes, but I like corn in my mashed potatoes. I'll mix corn in my mashed potatoes.
You gotta be so. I'm gonna message you what I was going. I'm not gonna say it on it, but I'm gonna tell you, corn is a Southern staple. We love corn down here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Sock says they were frozen peas. I threw them in the noodles about 90 seconds before they were done. And Anita says, "I love peas in any shape or form." My favorite kind of pea was to go out into the garden and get my grandma's snap peas or whatever. You pop them up there, you open it up, and you just like whoop, down the hatch. I liked them that way. She would be chasing me out of her garden all the time. Can I eat them? And it says, "I'm a big fan of corn, any corn." And Esther James says, "Storm, that's right. Too mushy in the can." Yay! So he agrees with me. Too mushy in the can. Good for making your split pea soup, I would say.
Well, I use dry for that, but it's good for my creamed peas.
Oh, okay. Creamed peas. I don't think I've ever heard of creamed peas.
Yeah, cream peas, mashed peas. They usually have that in the UK with fish and chips. You usually get a side of mashed peas with fish and chips.
What's in creamed peas? Is it just like heavy whipping cream, or is it like?
I think it's just mashed.
Well, so like I put it in there with the juice from the can, and then a little bit of flour and a little bit of sugar, like very little, but just a little bit. But flour, and it thickens them up, so it's almost like a creamed corn, but creamed pea.
I got you. Okay.
And you mash them up a little bit, like
I've never heard of it. So, okay.
I don't know if it was really a thing, but my mom used to do it all the time when I was growing up, so that's just kind of.
I think anything could be a thing.
Yeah, well, and everybody has that thing that that you grew up with, that their mothers made, that other people
that you thought was normal, and people are like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah,
true. I have a bunch of those, and I was like, "Wait, too. What? People don't do that?"
I have a bunch of Cajun things that we do around here that people other places in the United States are like, "No, we don't do that." I'm like, "Oh, we do it here."
Yeah. And Mary Jo said, "Stay safe" to Megan Valerie.
You're right, baby.
And I'm trying to see what time it is. It looks like it's later than it was. I'm like, it's not that late. Oh, my eyes. I really need new glasses.
Me too. I ain't even got glasses on. It's still light outside. I don't know why I'm being nosy. I can't see.
And Danielle said, "Finished Disaster Around the Bend" by P. Lynn Holiday, and reading A Cup of Silver Lining by Karen Hawkins. Cool.
Nice.
Valerie says, "Hi to Meg. I'm in southeast Minnesota. It's not raining here yet. Hope you stay safe as well."
Oh, yeah. Well, I know.
But Meg likes to watch Ryan Hall. Yeah, I like to watch it.
Storm got me into him.
Amy says, "Stay safe, Mel and Val." Yes. Hi, Lauren.
Lauren.
He says, "Thanks." And he says, "Hope everyone is safe who's in the middle of storms tonight." Yeah, we're supposed to kind of maybe have storms tomorrow and Wednesday. But I think tonight we're okay. But stupid spring storm. That's the only thing I don't like about spring is all the storms that pop up.
We're dry here.
Well, I'll gladly send you our storm.
Yes, thank you. Much appreciated. I really need them.
And Cajun says, I love.
I know what you're talking about, Cajun. It's very popular around here. Le Jour. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yep, me
they got
too.
the the sweet PT paws. That's the early peas. The PT, we call them PT paws. Yep,
Are those like the little bit? Little,
that's the little bitty ones. That's the early June. Yeah, we call them PT paws.
I think that's another thing that you like, that you grew up with.
Yep.
So it says dinner was steak, mashed potatoes, broccoli, and
Ooh.
pretty good.
Yum.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
And Meg says to Val, also in the southern corner, and it's not raining here yet. So thank you. And thanks, Amy. I'll do my best. Ray Joe says our weather is going to be 80s this week.
Ooh.
That's what I was being for a while now.
It's like there's a bunch of people getting like the storms, and then there's a bunch of people going to get some really hot weather. It's going to feel like summer instead of spring. Valerie says thank you to Mary Jo and Amy, and you're welcome, Meg. And Danielle says Dr. Beechcomb. And Elizabeth says, hey everyone, I'm about an hour from home. Woohoo! I had an awesome book shopping day in Jacksonville. That is
nice.
Can't wait to see your travel vlog. Whenever
I know that's gonna be fun to see.
Getting it edited. That'll be the fun part.
Right.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And Lauren says, I'm reading Burning Delight by Emily McIntyre. It's Romeo and Juliet retelling. We had chicken burgers and mac and cheese. Mac and cheese for the win.
That's what she's gonna adopt me. Lauren's gonna adopt me. I'm gonna go live with her. She's gonna cook my food and I'm gonna clean her house.
There you go.
Just came up with that.
Sounds like a good system.
Yeah. Lauren saying hi to Elizabeth, and Meg says hi to Elizabeth. You're not far from home now. Yeah. And Sarah says, I love how Tiffany has her hair. It looks great on her.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sarah.
Elizabeth says, I'm excited to put together my travel vlog and book haul. I bought 2 books today that I didn't even know existed. Oh, that's going to be cool. I like it when we find things we don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they're like an author that you like or something like that. And Pat says, hi, everyone. I'm not reading tonight. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. 43 people in the chat and 22 thumbs up. Come on, people. Hit those thumbs. Thank you. Our resident.
Get them. Oh, Bubby.
And Amy says, thanks, Pat, for the reminder. I try to remember to hit the like button, but sometimes I don't.
I agree, Amy. I forget.
Yeah. And Esther Jane says, I just finished Night of the Living Dead and I loved it. Next will be She Didn't See It Coming by Sherry Lapina.
Ooh.
Yay.
Nice.
And Mary Jo's at 25 out of 355. Hi, Pearl says popping in to say hello and tickle the like button. Thank you. Hope you're having a good day. And Mary Jo says, yay, on finishing Esther Jane. Valerie said read 13 pages and had dinner. Hi to Pearl. Amy says I got 5% in. I took a little nap.
Ooh, nice.
Yay, Esther Jane. Susan says I got to 76%. Hi, Debbie says hi all. I hope you're well. I'm picking which book to start. If anyone likes poetry, there's a great one. A Bit Much by Lindsay Rush. It has such a pretty cover. If you want to check it out, there you
go. Nice, thank you.
And Lauren says I made it to 28% in Burning Daylight. It's pretty cute so far. Definitely spicier than I typically like, but I'm enjoying the story and the characters. And Naomi says I spent pretty much the whole sprint trying to book a hotel for a trip. And that
where are you going, Naomi? How exciting. I know that's frustrating, but
yeah. Nomac made it to 92%. She's almost
almost there.
And Anita says at 58% into homicide and hardcovers. Cajun got 39%. And have a great day tomorrow to
Two.
Sarah. Everybody saying bye to Sarah. Have a good day, Sarah. And Kim says picked back up the American Home Front from 1941 to 42 by Alistair Cook. Cool.
Nice.
And Annie says finished Claudia and the New Girl and starting Christina and the Snob.
Oh, yay.
Some more good nights to Sarah. Annie saying cookies.
That's you.
Thank you.
And Kat says I read 103 of 144. Night of the Living Mummy. Did a couple of chores and about to eat dinner. Baked chicken, brown rice, and gravy.
Give me an
Ooh,
hour,
that's
Cat. I'm
good.
coming. Give me about an hour and a half. I drive a little slow. I'll be there.
Kyrie's looking very dapper.
Did you hear that, Bubby? Yeah, she's just thank you. Oh, Bubby.
Yeah. Sock says, I think Storm's shooting neighbors are long distance friends with my shooting neighbors. And my worst fear is being found naked in the field without an excuse of a tornado.
Oh, these that without an excuse. What's going on here? Are we related, Socks? Are we somehow related?
Hi, Jill. How you doing? Laura and Roxy flying in a bathtub.
Right?
I could write a children's book about that.
I like that.
Okay, so we will stop there and go ahead and do another reading sprint, and we will read to 50,
Okay.
and then we will come back and finish off the comments. And so happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
Happy reading.
So how'd everybody do?
Well, who's snoring? Carver,
Hey.
you snoring? Oh, you little cutie. I was playing around on Canva and I hear, how did everybody do? I said, oh, I'm late. I did read a chapter of my book. I went walk outside a little bit too before it because it's getting dark. I said, I'm gonna get some fresh air. But they're not fresh. It smells funny outside. So I came back in. It's starting to get hot, and I think it smells like unwashed bodies outside, but that's more than anybody wanted to know. But and I was trying to find a picture on Canva I did a while back because it seems like I deleted a picture on my phone that I want to use as a profile picture, but I can't find it. So that's what I did. How did you do, Tiffany?
I finished editing a video and then I was just watching something because I am really tired. How about you, Storm?
I read a little bit of The New Girl by R.L. Stine while I watched Ryan Holiel because there's a lot of action going on in the storm world today. There's lots of tornadoes and all kinds of stuff. And so I was curious to see what was going on. They had some of the storm watchers on there with some of the storm damage and things. And so, let's see, where am I? There I am. There I be. And so, Jill says, I've been reading Brenda Novak's Meet Me in Italy. I'm almost past 1/4 down.
Yay.
And Amy's like, oh, the Bahamas.
Yeah.
And Anita says, Mel Mac, I hope you heal fast and get well soon.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And prayers for Mel Mac. And then Sock says, oh, the Bahamas. I will be found naked the beach. Reeking of them. Valerie says, I'm liking God of the Woods. It's going between a few timelines and points of view. I did know going in that it was a slower pace, not a thriller. Well, it's good that, you knew that going in because, like, I feel like, if I think it's going to be a thriller or something and it's not very thrilling, then I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And Kim says, I did finish my book.
Yeah.
And Mark said, Susan, I didn't see your comment. Thanks for asking. I'm tired today, but because I went out and did things, not tired just because. I'm glad you got out and did some things, though.
Yes.
And Lauren says that we always have our peas cooked on the stove in butter and milk.
Mm.
Sounds weird, but it tastes good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it tastes good.
Well, like I said, it's like everybody, it's like this is how you grew up eating them. So that's how you're used to eating them. And somebody will be like, you put milk in your peas?
I don't like when people, you do this and that, the other, how you cook your food. Well, you're not eating it, so don't worry about it. I don't like all of that. All that mess when people say, I don't like the way you cook. Well, you're not eating it, so don't worry. Just go about your business.
Yeah. Just don't make me eat it if I come over to your house. And I'm like, no, thank you.
I'm going to try it. I'll try it. I'll try anything once.
Well, that's like, it's one of the things I like about buffets because I can go and get a little tiny bit of something that I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. And if I like it, then I can go up and get a big bunch.
Yes, I approve.
Cajun says, Lauren, we had the same thing and I loved him that way. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
And Jill says is just mostly cloudy and close to 70 degrees in Mass today. I'm not even going to try it because I can say it. And Meg says, I read a bit of Double Helix. And Jill had pasta and meatballs for dinner.
Oh, any pasta. I love pasta.
I had pasta for lunch.
I think when we get off of here, I'm going to ball me some more noodles and eat me a little spaghetti, a little plate of spaghetti that's probably It's not really a little plate because Storm don't trust my portions.
I had Roxy approved pasta. It was little tortellinis that I got from Aldi's, like
Oh,
and like they're in like the dry sealed, like in the
Yeah, those are good.
yeah. It was like a mushroom, I think, inside or something.
Ooh.
And Jill says hi to Cairo.
he says hello. He is not snoring anymore, but he is certainly out.
Cute.
And Mary Jo says we're in a drought here in South Carolina for this time of the year. We're supposed to have 10 inches of rain, but so far we've had 4 inches. Yeah, we're in a drought here too.
Here too.
And I know we need the rain. I just don't want it in the form of storms.
I like a little light thunderstorm, with a little thunder and a little light, like a light thunderstorm. But I don't want no thunderstorm that's gonna bring like severe weather thunderstorm,
See, and
I
that's what
agree with Roxy, but I also want the thunderstorm overnight. Like I don't,
Yes.
Yeah.
There's something about night storms that relaxes me and I want to read a book. Yeah.
See, and that's opposite of me. If I know there's a storm coming overnight, I glued to the TV and I can't go to sleep because I'm afraid it's going to get bad. So then I don't go to sleep. But yeah, because
I can sleep through anything. So
I want to be ready if I got to run to the shelter. I want to be ready. So
Yep.
And I don't mind a light thunderstorm, but I don't want the kind that brings tornadoes and giant pieces of hail because we don't have a place to put our car.
Yeah.
So, can't afford broken glass. So. And Sock says, Roxy, if you go to keep house for Lauren, I think some child care tutoring might be involved.
Child care, I don't know. I could be very childlike myself, but the tutoring part, I don't know if you want me to teach your kids anything.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, I don't think she wants her tutoring.
I don't want me to tutor, but I'm very childlike. Like I will sit on the floor and play with some Barbie dolls. Like Barbie dolls was my thing, but I might cut all their hair off because I used to do that when I was a kid. I cut all my Barbie's hair; they'd be bald headed.
I repainted my Hot Wheels. I'm fairly certain I probably had some really, the Hot Wheels that people today would be like, I wish I had those because they're worth a lot of money. And I'm fairly certain I probably gave them a repainted, paint job with like little paints or mom's nail polish.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I had Tonka trucks too, the big like dump trucks and stuff to play outside. So I played with toys. It didn't matter if it was. I would bury my Barbies alive. I don't know what that says about me. With the Tonka trucks, I dig a hole with the little backhoe and stuff, and I bury my Barbie.
My brother would rip off the legs of my Barbies and stuff, and he'd be like, "My army," because he had GI Joes, and he's like, "The surgeons need to put them back together." He never put them back together.
He's probably like, I figured out how to get them apart, but I can't put them back
together. Yeah, exactly.
And Jill says, I had to work today, but would have preferred to sleep in after Orthodox Easter weekend. I bet.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why it was, but this year is the first time I even knew about Orthodox Easter or whatever. I never heard of Easter Monday before in my life.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know that was a thing. I just saw Easter Sunday. I really didn't know. I was just going along with it. I wasn't about to say I didn't know though.
Yeah, no, but I'm like, I looked at the calendar this year, and maybe I'm like, why is there an Easter Sunday and an Easter Monday? It doesn't make sense. But it's like other religious things that I didn't know about. So
only because I knew somebody who. In college, that's the only reason I would have known. Otherwise, I would have had no clue.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And Naomi says, I'm going to Michigan for a conference. I was told to call to get a discounted rate with the conference, but the hotel is saying they don't have record of the discount.
No. That's frustrating.
And Susan says, thank you for the sprints. I'll finish my book before bed. Cool.
Good night.
And Kim says, I'm still here, but I've been up since 4:30 this
Ooh.
morning. I'm going to say goodnight in case I fall asleep. All right. Night.
Good night, Kim.
Good night, Kim.
I hope you get some sleep.
And Valerie says, good night, everyone, and have a good week. Have a good week, Valerie. Esther Jane says, I'm still awake, but thought I'd say good night to you all, and thanks for the friends. Everyone in the chat, stay safe. Good night, Esther
Good
Jane.
night, Esther.
Finished. Woohoo!
Yay!
Lots of finishes tonight.
Oh my God, Mary Jo is 36 out of 355. Woo. Sock says I wrote a snail mail letter and got settled in for the night. There you go. Cajuns have got 49%. And Annie got 13%. And Anita has got 56% and Telltale Treats. And I have to make myself read that right because I want to say Telltale Hearts because that's everyone vote. And so, yeah. And Jill says 146 to 378 and meet me in Italy. Meg got to 80% and double helix. Amy said got to 11%. This book is funny. The little girl is
Ornery. I think that's ornery.
She used the precious nanny as target or the previous nanny as target practice. Oh
wow, violence.
Wow.
That sounds like every one of those stories where they get a new nanny and they, like the Mary Poppins or like Sound of Music and things like that.
Yeah.
Kat says I made it to chapter 29, 124.
Almost
there. You are
there.
so close, Kat.
How are you liking that one, Kat? I liked the Night of the Living Mummy.
I think it's been so long since I read that. I think I read that when I was a kid last.
And Lauren says I got 31% and had some yummy decaf coffee.
I'm laughing because it's something I need to learn to do is decaf. I'm stimulated enough. I don't need no help.
Yep. See, that's what we were figuring out earlier. We're like, you need to go on the decaf. You can still have your coffee, but you need your decaf.
Yeah, my
Not
nerves.
because it keeps you up at night, but because it just makes you all hyper.
Well, it don't make me high. It's just I'm naturally a nervous person, and adding stimulants to the equation does not help a nervous person. It just makes it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes an anxious person even more anxious.
Yeah, I don't need to be more anxious. I got so much nerves, I could give them away.
Meg says I got some things ready just in case I need to head to the basement. It's not storming here yet. I just like to be prepared.
Well, nothing wrong. I hope you don't get no storms though. No bad storms.
Yeah. Ryan Hall's always telling everybody it's headed your way. Don't be scared. Be prepared.
Yep.
Amy said, congratulations to all who finished their books. Thank you, Stormy, Roxy, Tiffany, and Sarah for hosting. Good night, everyone. Night, Amy. And Carmen says, good night to Amy. And Cajun says, no thunder, no lightning, no warning. It's all sets off my anxiety.
Oh.
Yeah, but I think, I used to not be that bad when it was tornado time and everything. But there was one year, I don't know, about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, where every time we turned around, the sirens were going off. It was like we would just get out of the shelter. We'd hear the siren. We had to go back down to the shelter. We'd get out, and it had my anxiety. I was so anxious the whole entire, and this was like in May when it happened like that. And I was like, and so now it just naturally, I just get really anxious whenever I know something's coming.
Hurricane season is supposed to be starting in a couple of months. Now, usually the peak ain't till like August. But still, I'm always so nervous, especially after that 2020 hurricane season. That was a bad hurricane season for us. I just get nervous. I don't want no hurricane. But they say, I don't trust them when they say it's going to be we're not going to have as many hurricanes this year as they thought. But when they say that, I think the opposite is going to happen. And it makes me nervous. So I know hurricanes going to be starting a season in a couple of months. And I'm starting to get nervous about that. Yeah.
And he says, I can't sleep through thunder. It's too loud for me. Yeah, same. It'll wake me up. It's like if it's in the middle of the night, it'll end up waking me up in the middle of the night. So I used to be able to sleep like the dead whenever I was little. Mom had the hardest time if there was a tornado thing going and she wanted to go to the cellar. She would practically have to drag me out of bed because I'm yeah, just leave me here. But not anymore. I'm a lot more of a light sleeper than I used to be.
I never was a sound sleeper. I've always been a light sleeper. Any little noise could wake me up. Now, my husband, you can't wake my husband up for nothing. He sleeps like the dead. You cannot wake my husband up. But me, no, any little noise will wake me up. I don't sleep good for that. That's probably why I'm always tired. I don't think I get sound sleep at night. I do not sleep good. I don't even sleep at night. Like last night, I went to bed at 1:30, woke up at 5:30. That ain't no sleep. Here I am, a zombie. Yeah, I don't sleep good.
Some people can have just that much sleep and be okay, while others can't. My aunt would stay up until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and be up and doing things at like 7 o'clock in the morning or whatever. And I'm like, how? How do you do that? I can't.
I do it, but I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I'm built. I'm built different.
Yeah. And she would do that every night. She would be up way late and get up early, and I can't do it.
Well, I used to sleep in, but now I have to wake up to go not go to work, to start working. Because I wanted to get a job because I was bored. We were doing fine just on my husband's income because we live simple. But no, I don't know how long it's gonna last. I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I don't know how long it's gonna last. But I was bored.
She also says they have awnings which are noisy and may get those coated this year. And Meg says, I love thunderstorms. I can sleep pretty good through them, so as long as they aren't severe. So thanks for the sprint. And congratulations on the finish, Carmen. And Meg says, I hope everyone will be safe in the path of the storm. Yes. And Kat says, woohoo, way to go, Carmen. And Cajun says, you too, Meg, stay safe. Yes. And Carmen says, thanks to Mary Jo and Kat. And thanks to Cajun. And Anita says, have a good night, ladies. Thank you for the sprint. Hope everyone has a good, safe night. And hope to see you soon. Sock says to Meg, good luck. I hope you only have to go to the basement because you want to, not because you have to.
Yeah.
Kat says, I'm liking it, Storm. It's the third one in the House of Shivers. That's what I thought. It's the newer Goosebumps. So it's not, they had a mummy one from the old ones, but this is a newer Goosebumps.
Oh, okay.
And so I like that one. I'm up to, I think, book 5 in the House of Shivers, the new one that came out that's about a Bigfoot. Holding on to it for next month because just specifics of what middle grade May is going to be about. Little teaser. And there will be an announcement coming soon, but we were waiting for the lovely Elizabeth to get off the road. And it says, it looks like she's going to get about 13 points for it. Awesome.
Yay.
Wow.
Meg says, thank you to Socks. It also happens to be where the majority of my books are stored. So I have plenty of reading material if storm hits and power goes off. There you go.
Well, that's the important stuff, Meg.
Yeah.
And Sarah says, thanks for sprints. Hope everyone has a great week. You too, Sarah.
Sarah.
Kat says June 1st is the first day of hurricane season. I'm not a fan of hurricanes.
Well, I'm not. I'm always prepared, but I never want one.
Right.
I know too many people in too many different states now, so every time there's something bad weather, I'm like, I hope they're okay because there's people. I know these people.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. The only thing we got left to do. I think we're gonna do it next week. I'm not gonna do it. My husband's gonna do it. We need to change the oil in the generator, and then we need to start. Not right now, but like I like to have all my gas cans filled and all my non-perishable items, like my little Vienna sausage and stuff, all stocked up. and my potted meat to go. That way, whenever the hurricane's coming, I'm not one of them people in the store like, oh God, a hurricane. I'm like, no, I'm at my house prepared with my gas and everything. I gotta wait no lines, ain't worried about it. They got no water in the store. I'm ready to go.
It's better to be prepared so you don't have to go through the chaos. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want. Every year I make sure I got all my batteries, all my flashlights, all my lanterns, because I'm scared of the dark. I'm ready to go, and I'm just gonna be hot. That's the only thing I'm gonna be. But we have a generator, so. But if my husband's not home, he got to teach me every year how to start the generator, and I could never figure it out. So if he's not gonna be home because he has to be at work.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be at home hide because I can't start that generator. I know I can't. Every year I can never start it.
Maybe he needs to write the instructions down for you.
Maybe so, because I said, you want me to start the generator? Really, me?
Kat says, thank you so much for the lovely friends, lovely ladies. Have a great week, and everyone, good night. And with that, we shall say good night. So, see you all whenever another sprint happens. I don't know. Whenever another sprint.
I might sprint sometime this week, but I'm not gonna schedule it to the day of, so I shall let you know.
Roxy Standard Time.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna be doing videos for a while. I'll just do sprints. That's my break from BookTube for now.
And if anybody is open in the afternoons and don't have anything to do and want to watch a sprint, I know Wednesday Sock has hers for her midweek motivation. So.
Yep.
And it says we started to stock up the canned goods this time of the year and everything else we can. And Meg says we thought about getting a generator. We don't have to worry about hurricanes, but there's been times when we've had to be without power. Yeah, generators are a good thing. Yeah. And Annie said good night, stay safe, and good night. And we have a whole house generator. If the power goes out, it automatically comes on. Only a couple times it didn't work. That's cool. Okay, everybody. Good night.
Good night. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, Roxy.
Bye. Bye, Tiffany.